Good day, everyone, and welcome to this exclusive interview. My name is Adeogun, and I'm honored to present to you a day with Honourable Rasaq Olusola Ajala. Although his extremely busy schedule only allowed for a brief window, I'm grateful for the opportunity to share his insights with you. Please join me as we delve into the life and experiences of this remarkable individual.
Anyway, Alhamdulillah. My name is Rasaq Ajala. By His grace and the overwhelming mandate given to me by my people, I'm the chairman of Odi-Olowo Ojuwoye Local Council Development Area. I was born and raised in the most blighted spot in Mushin. But like you say, as a child, I have my eyes on the ball, and that ball is greatness.
Serving as the executive chairman of Odi-Olowo Ojuwoye Local Council Development Area has been a transformative experience for Honourable Rasaq Olusola Ajala. He has had the opportunity to implement life-changing initiatives that have redefined the narrative of the local government. During his tenure, Honorable Ajala has focused on grassroots governance, prioritizing the needs of the community and working tirelessly to improve their lives. He has implemented various projects, including road construction and rehabilitation, waste management initiatives, and educational programs. One of his notable achievements is the distribution of free GCE forms to indigent students, demonstrating his commitment to education and empowering the youth. Additionally, he has promoted collaboration with other organizations such as LOMA to address environmental concerns. Honorable Ajala's leadership style is characterized by his accessibility, intelligence, and enterprise. He is widely recognized as a grassroots politician who has made a significant impact in the Mushin area of Lagos.
My strength actually lies in art. So while we are doing ATS, of course, we read our College of Journalism. So that was, I went to College of Journalism in Ogba, have my diploma and higher diploma. I now use that higher diploma for direct entry to LASU to go and study international studies, history and international studies. As I recall very vividly that there was a time, I don't know the year, but it should be that 80 something, that Odi-Olowo came to Palm Avenue for campaign. I left my school around after 11. We went to just to go and watch uh, Baba Odi-Olowo campaigning. You get it? And every time Jakonde come to Adegbite, come to Olomowewe, I will always be, as a young boy, whether I like it or not, I'm representing the good and the bad. Eh? So even the bad people, you must engage them. The people taking drug, you have to engage them. All the people that are deploying their bubbling energy to unleash terror on the innocent resident of the, it is your response to engage them, to let them see reason why they must channel that energy to a more productive venture, or to a venture that will be of mutual benefit to them and the larger society, instead of using to unleash terror.
Overall, Honorable Rasaq Olusola Ajala's experience has been marked by his dedication to public service, innovative initiatives, and commitment to improving the lives of his constituents. I want to say this personally to my mentor, Honorable Rasaq Olusola Ajala. Thank you for all that you've done. Thank you for all that you are doing. And thank you for all that you will still do. My prayer for you is that Almighty Allah continues to guide and protect you on the right path that you have chosen. Till we meet again, sir.
I want to make a passionate appeal to our people back home that they should see Celeb TV Max as the right channel if they are looking for any news, be it entertainment, political, social, or sport. I recommend Celeb TV Max as the right medium to get real-time information about what is happening in every human endeavor.
Verdict. Subscribe to Celeb TV Max. Thank you.
Anyway, Alhamdulillah.
Don't say because when they are singing ọmọ ghetto you know as ọmọ ghetto me I be ọmọ ghetto I no dey lie anywhere I find myself but the truth is with every sense of humility I've gotten the needed ingredients to compete with anyone regardless of where person is coming from. So if Rasaq could do it.
Good afternoon. My name is Adeogun Lucky. Wow, that was too long ago. My name is Fine Boy MC Celeb, and right here I'm at Odi-Olowo Ojuwoye local government. I'm here to meet our amiable chairman, Honourable Rasaq Olusola Ajala. So I feel like this interview is very special and personal to me because this man is actually my mentor. You know, for someone that came from the hood, all the way from Akala Idiogo, do you know where that is? Where they do like this? And he achieved this greatness, like to be the 001 of this whole local government. Like, do you understand what that means? Like, that is a lot. Are we talking about projects? Are we talking about infrastructures? Are we talking about youth development? Like, I stand to be corrected that this is the best local government chairman ever, like that I've ever seen actually. Honourable Rasaq Olusola Ajala. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Can we do this, sir?
My name is Rasaq Ajala. By His grace and the overwhelming mandate given to me by my people, I'm the chairman of Odi-Olowo Ojuwoye Local Council Development Area in Lagos State.
In this same place that, like, people growing up, children growing up, they have there are some that feel like what is expected of them is not much, and some feel like yes, I'll be great. So like, how was that journey from childhood up to yes, sir?
Of course, I was from humble background. I was born and raised in the most blighted spot in Mushin, an area that people use to define Mushin. But honestly speaking, if I look back, I don't know how I was able to cross that Rubicon. Perhaps through the prayer of my dad, perhaps through my own hard work. But like you say, as a child, I have my eyes on the ball, and that ball is greatness. And I work day and night to ensure I attain the height I am now. However, it's not about working, but it's more about the grace of Almighty Allah. But if you aim high, you must know that there are certain things you must have, maybe in the area of discipline, maybe in the area of having the right academic certifications, which of course, uh, anyway, Alhamdulillah, which of course I was able to acquire. There was this introduction of universal free education. So I leverage on that for my primary education, secondary education. But you and I know that to get university educations, it requires a lot of funding. So therefore, I have to work at the time as a laborer. At the time, I work at Nigerian Port Authority, a laborer too. So I did a lot of odd jobs to get the needed funds that I require for my university education. And by His grace, today, beyond having secondary education, I have diploma and higher diploma in journalism. I have my first degree in History and International Relations. I have my master's degree. And presently, I'm doing my PhD. And I have a lot of professional certifications. But what actually make it easy for me politically is because I have the rare privilege to have a father who happened to be a political figure, not as far as the politics of this local government is concerned. So I leverage on his platform because as at the time I had the first shot at the councillorship of my area, I was naive politically. In fact, I'm more of an activist. We believe in all this I no go agree, I no go agree. And it was because of that our ideological lining that informed some of our activities, most especially during the during Moshood Abiola presidency. I participated a lot in that. So after the birth of this republic, of course, I threw my heart into the ring by vying for the councillorship. But by vying for the councillor of my area, that is Ward A2 Odi-Olowo. And because I have a father who happened to be a veteran, so most of the people, up till now, most of them, they used to call me Ajala Ajala. The truth is, I'm not the one bearing that name. It was my dad's name. So the relative acceptability that I received then was made possible because of the popularity, the acceptability that my father command among the various stratas within the politics of Ward A2 in particular, and by extension, Mushin as a whole. And since then, because I have my eyes on the ball, like I said, I knew early enough that if you are the representative of the people, it shouldn't be about you, but it should be about what you can use the instrumentality of that office to do for the greater good of the greatest number of the people you are representing. And it was because of this belief that informed the program I did then. I'm talking of the GCE program. As at the time I did free 100 GCE program, the truth is, no government, I repeat, no government have started any program like giving free GCE or free WAEC. I was the first to do it. And I did it at a time that I don't have a room I can call my own. It's either I manage in the same room where my father and my mother and of course my sibling where they sleep, or I sleep at the corridor or the passage. But I was able to cover over 3 million naira to buy GC and organize tutorial classes for the beneficiary of that program. I'm sure it's possible you don't know him, you may not know him. The popular Jikato. Jikato happened to be one of the popular presenter of AIT then. He was the one that I invited to take the beneficiary of my tutorial classes in English language. I went to GRA to hire the mathematics teacher from Cambridge. There is a tutorial center at GRA there. We call it Cambridge Tutorial Center. Why Omoyele is also a very, very popular author of the famous biology, was one that took them biology. So what I'm saying in essence is that I went for the best to ensure that the beneficiary of that program come out with a resounding success in that exam. And to God be the glory, most of the products of that free GC then Some of them are doing excellently well in far away America. Some of them are doctors. You go to Canada, Malik is an engineer, civil engineer in Canada. I was a product. It was the GC that I gave to them. I have a lady that presently works at NNPC. It was through that GC. And in fact, one of my counselor, Aruna, also benefited from that GC programs. Talking of over 20 years ago. Not only that, because there's a center, they call it Center for Community Education and Development in far away Holland. They saw that program and they saw the program, and I happened to be one of the nominee, that was selected as individual that make impact in their community. So they read it on Guardian and PM News then. It was my beginning was very rough, and there is a saying that power is not served a la carte. So the subsequent positions that I've occupied within the political space of the local council, the constituency, was not something easy. But it was made possible, like I said, by His grace, and because I've been enjoying some level of acceptability from the electorate of the local government. And I also have excellent relationship with all the major stakeholders that occupy vantage position within their council development area.
While coming as a child, you have had ambitions like becoming, going to study journalism. Maybe you wanted to become like a doctor, a lawyer, anything you wanted to become. So at what point did politics come in? At what point do you feel like, okay, I think it's politics? That's just my question.
In fact, my ambition in life is to become an ambassador. That's the truth. When I was in secondary school, I happened to be one of the, not even one of, I happened to be the best student in government. So, and then, that was the time that when they asked me, if the question is, what is sovereignty? I will give them the definition of sovereignty. I will go as far as telling them the type of sovereignty, the impact. I will tell, even the question that I was, so to me, then I think we had this belief that once we are ambassador, is a great way to prosperity. So, and that was the reason why my voice, when I first sat for JAMB, my voice choice was international relation. As at then, it was only Obafemi Awolowo University that was offering that course. Get it? As at then, and because we believe that for you to become an ambassador, you must study international relation. That was all. But unfortunately, when I sat for that JAMB, I couldn't gain admission, and I think the cutoff then, I've forgotten the number. I've forgotten the number, but I couldn't meet the cutoff, so I was not given. I mean, that was the reason why I actually went for ATS. There's something we call ATS, Accounting Technical Scheme. Accounting Technical Scheme happened to be a subset of ICANN certifications. So I went for ATS. I sat for ATS 1. I cleared ATS 2. But that was not where my intention is. My strength actually lies in art. So while we are doing ATS, of course, we read our College of Journalism. I went to College of Journalism in Ogba, have my diploma and higher diploma. I now use that higher diploma for direct entry to LASU to go and study international studies, history and international studies. You get it? So that's just it.
Yes, and this question is
So at the time that I developed politics, I developed interest in politics. I think I've always had that interest. So it's not something that was sudden, really. It was not something that was sudden, because I recall very vividly that there was a time, I don't know the year, but it should be that 80 something, that Odi-Olowo came to Palm Avenue for campaign. I left my school around after 11. We went to just to go and watch uh, Baba Olowo campaigning. You get it? And every time Jakonde come to Adegbite, come to Olomowewe, I will always be, as a young boy. In fact, I'm the only one that actually have interest among my siblings. I was the only one that actually had interest in it. And because my dad saw that in me, whenever he's going anywhere, if he's going to Alhaji Oseni, if he took me there, if he's going to Abayemi Ali, if he took me there, at least, if he's going to R.I. Solomon, so he took me there. So when SDP came, of course, we participated at a relatively unknown. So we participated. Later, I joined Hope 93, who happened to be the youth wing, or Club 93, who happened to be the youth wing of Hope 93 in Motion. Then, I joined that club. Later, I filed for the youth coordinator election. Was connected at Agbishobage. I won to be the youth coordinator of one of the youth coordinator of Hope 93. And all of us know what happened to that election. And since then, it has been from one position to the other.
So yes, academically, history and international studies. You talked about writing sovereignty. Like I was studying in LASU, having to write a page, 2 pages, 3 pages on a question, like academically, the journey, and how did you like? What would be your advice for someone that will be studying history and international studies currently anywhere or anything they are studying, but basically history and international studies?
The most important is that as a student, you must develop Catholic flair for reading. You must learn to read extensively, and don't concentrate all your resources on your primary area of study for you to have a broader understanding of what is happening every and not necessarily your discipline. So that when people are talking of science, even though that you're art, you'll be able to contribute. If it's about social science, you'll be able to contribute. If it's about economy, you'll be able to contribute. For you to have that capacity, you must develop Catholic flair for reading. And not only that, learn to discuss with the people that are older than you in the course of your discussion, deliberations, meeting people. You will pick one or two things. This automatically will reflect in the expansion of your knowledge faculty. So that when people are talking, you'll be able to talk from a well-informed position.
So how has being the executive chairman of Odi-Olowo Ojuwoye local government? How has it
It's very tough. You are as a chairman, you are expected to provide leadership platform for people of diverse backgrounds, that your background is not the same, your orientation is not the same, your experience of life differ. Your experience of life differ. So for you to be able to manage for you to be able to manage people from such a complex system, you must exercise high degree of humility and show greater understanding and deeper knowledge of your political environment. Because when I say deeper understanding of your political environment, the way I will talk to people, um, whether I like it or not, I'm representing the good and the bad. Eh? So even the bad people, you must engage them. The people taking drug, you have to engage them. All the people that are deploying their bubbling energy to unleash terror on the innocent resident of the, it is your response to engage them, to let them see reason why they must channel that energy to a more productive venture, or to a venture that will be of mutual benefit to them and the larger society, instead of using to unleash terror. How do you want to talk to someone that is taking out drug, to let him or her see the reason why they must refrain from that act. It is your response as a chairman. So it's always complex, and being look at being the closest to the people, people will come with series of requests. Get it? Can you imagine you have one wife, someone that has four wives will tell you, maybe you come in January and tell you, Ìyá Síkírá bímọ. In February, Ìyá Súlè ló bímọ. In March, and he will come with series of, you just be asking that, me that I even have this thing, I don't have more than this. But the man will tell you, you must give me money to buy them. You understand? So it's not something easy, but then you know what it entails before you decided to throw your heart into the ring. So you must develop the right skills to be able to manage various tendencies you have in the basket of the community in which you have the privilege to be the one that is providing the leadership platform for them.
So yes, talking about project and programs, infrastructures, youth development, a lot that is done. So I did like to say, when you do a lot of this for the people of our local government, so I would want to take note of when you talked about 100 million no interest loan that was given, and not up to 30% of it was gotten back. So how do you manage when you do things and maybe you don't get the response you want?
Commensurate.
Yes. So how do you manage like your emotions? How do you manage to be like, I still have to do more? We see you do something last year and this year it's greater. We see you do sport activities, we see you do fiestas, we see you do infrastructures, and another year again it's a whole lot better than the previous year. So how do you manage to keep doing more even when it's somehow sad?
I think the fundamental is that you need to define the drive behind your decision to come into this arena. So if the drive is about providing good governance, if the drive is about ensuring you raise the bar of governance in your community to what is obtainable in other developed municipality, given the peculiarity of your environment, face the resources and the people in which you are leading. You not allow the inactivities of a segment of the population to prevent you from achieving the fundamental objective that inform your decision to come into the space. So the fundamental objective is that you believe you have the capacity to build on the narrative you met on ground, to make sure that you establish your footprint in almost the sector of the local economy, to make sure you leave behind a legacy that will make your lane to continue to be a reference point in the political architecture of the local government. So you not allow an infinitesimal few to prevent you from forging ahead with what we have set out to achieve. So if you started a program and you believe that people do not key into it the way you expect them to key into it, leave that program, go to another thing. We started the 100 million free zero interest rate. Some collected it, some paid, some did not. So the next question you ask yourself is that instead of continuing with this, why can't I move to grant, giving people grant? You know that grant is just free money. You are not expecting anything from them. The only difference between that and grant is that maybe the loan, you believe, okay, people come with your business plan, let's give you facilities based on the proposal that is stated in the, if you want to give him 1 million, okay, grant, let us give everybody 50,000. If what people need is owó tá máa fi jẹun, give them that owó tá máa fi jẹun now. You get it? But if people believe that they can truly leverage on government platform to get the needed fund that will give them greater prosperity to also become employer of labor rather than seeking for employment, because that is the reason behind that zero interest facilities. But unfortunately, we operate in a system where people have this false belief that let me have my own share of the national cake, forgetting that they must learn to bake rather than waiting for government to bake for them. So to me, we have done that, and like I said, we have a lot of things we intend to do to ensure that those people that fail to pay, they pay after we might have received substantial percentage of our exposure. Then we may underline now decide what next to do between giving grant or continue with that initiative that we strongly believe will give greater prosperity to our people. People that have indicated interest in the yes.
At this particular time, there are like a lot of banners than elections. Since I've gotten mature to know that yes, people are vying for positions. This particular thing is a lot, sir. So like people vying for this seat. What next for you, sir, from here?
I think it's good for democracy that more of our people are indicating interest in one position or the other. The truth is that if we truly want this system to work, we must encourage more people to come into the arena, because if we decide as a people to sit on the fence or to disconnect ourselves from the process, if a stupid man eventually emerge, regardless of your reservation for that person, you have to be subservient to the stupidity that is domesticated in that person. So if you believe that you have something that you can offer, why not? If not, come in to come and display it. Come in, engage people with it. By the time people see merit in what we are doing or what we are saying, that may tempt them to align with your political ideology. And of course, once that is done, that will automatically lead to your emergence as the candidate of the party, and by extension, you may likely win the general election. So regarding after this, unfortunately, I wasn't there when I was giving birth to, and what I was taught right from primary school is that we should believe in destiny, and that's one of the articles of faith in Islam, that we should believe in destiny. Like I said, as at the time I went for counselor, I was aiming to be an ambassador, and God have another plan for me. I became counselor. So later, supervisor, chairman, and today, by His grace, I'm running my final lap as the chairman of the local council development area. So if it has been destined that I still have a lot to do within the political space, of course, that will naturally happen. If not, I have a lot of people, a lot of my friends, they are doing excellently well in the private sector. So after chairman, I'm going back to that sector to also go and make my mark.
A message to the people of Odi-Olowo.
And my message to them is that they should all know that we don't have any other place you can call home other than Odi-Olowo local council development area. So as a people, we must believe in Odi-Olowo. We must be passionate about it, and we must use the instrumentality of our advantage position to ensure that whoever that is coming after me is someone that have the capacity, the capability to build on our modest achievements, so that Odi-Olowo local council development area will continue to occupy a vantage position in the map of great municipalities.
Don't forget to subscribe.
I want to make a passionate appeal to our people back home that they should see Celeb TV Max as the right channel if they are looking for any news, be it entertainment, political, social, or sport. I recommend Celeb TV Max as the right medium to get real-time information about what is happening in every woman endeavor.
Verdict. Subscribe to Celeb TV Max. Thank you.